no, but that's but that's what you gotta do. Exactly. Yeah. Well, you just gotta hustle outside of Mount Vernon. Like it's it. Well, that's it. You just gotta hustle outside of Mount Vernon. But that's the mentality. What you're not looking for. You're not going to grow. You can't build $1 million business off of that's broke. And the average fucking salary is 40 grand. You have to get if you either no, and that was my point. Even what you want, you just want to have a business to have one, or you want to fucking be rich. And that was my thing to her. Listen, she'll pull up wherever she exactly. She's got to break out of her mindset. Yo, hey, Pastor, wait, get my whole shit going. That is changing your mind. You can't change the person's mind. That's not what you change. No way. Yeah. But guess what? And that's the sad, and that's the sad. That's the sad part. No, she's not even focused. No, she's not even focused on that. She's just knows what happening. Right? But the whole thing we trying to do is the fact that I got to get my show. Yeah. I'm great. The subject tonight is men respect.
So crazy.
Yeah, that's Peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and blessings. This is Damon K. Jones here, and welcome to the Monday Mindset, the Health Mindset Monday Mindset, and we are live on Facebook and YouTube, and I'm still trying to get myself together here, but please like and share. We're going to have a great conversation. We're going to have a great conversation today about Black love on the Monday Mindset. We are discussing Black male and female relationships because I really feel that there is a need that we must discuss these issues. We should be able to have open conversations about relationships. And tonight, what we're going to talk about is respect and love. If anyone has been to marriage counseling, one of the things that is very important about femininity and masculinity and the natures of men and women is respect and love. Men want to be respected, just as women need to feel that they're loved. And a lot of times, when we are going through our grind of life, we lose our perspectives of both love and respect. So let's get into it. I'm going to bring out the intro, and when we come back, we're going to get down with it. And we're back, and this is Damon K. Jones, and once again, this is the Health Mindset, the Monday Mindset. And how many men would like to have a better relationship with an understanding of their woman in a serious relationship or marriage? And how many women would like to be interested in better understanding how men think and what makes them want to love you even more? In a committed relationship or marriage, the fundamental requirement for a woman is to experience love, whereas the essential requirement for a man is to be respected. A Black woman has to provide absolute respect for her man in her life, just as a man needs to give unconditional love to the Black woman he chooses to spend the rest of his life with. If we are people of faith, many of us profess that we are spiritual people and faithful people. There is a profound teaching within each of our religions that may help Black men better meet the needs of Black women and help Black women better meet the needs of Black men. In Ephesians 5:25 to 26, it says, "Husband loves your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her to make her holy, cleansing her by the washing with water through the world." That's an interesting post. Also, in Ephesians 5:33, Paul says, "Let the wife see that she respects her husband." When you respect your husband, you notice him, you regard him, you honor him, you prefer him, and esteem him. It means valuing his opinion, admiring his wisdom and character, and appreciating his commitment to you, and considering his needs and values. Unfortunately, We live in a culture that is damaged, and they view these type of norms and gender roles as being out of date, while also ignoring the fact that Black men and women have a distinct attributes that contribute to the duality of Black love. The result of this ignorance is the lowest marriage rate out of all ethnic groups and the highest number of children born out of wedlock in all ethnic groups. This is what we mean when we talk about the dualism of the Black man and woman. And the fact that men and women can produce new life together is one of the many reasons why the union of the sexes is one of the most beautiful things in the world. Therefore, embracing one's masculinity and one's femininity in our roles through scripture should be celebrated, not frowned upon by so-called modern broken Black culture and people on social media that wants Black men to hate Black women and Black women to hate Black men. Please, you know, don't frown upon about getting married. Getting married is a beautiful thing. Having a long-lasting relationship is a beautiful thing. Many brothers, even single women, have the same desire. A woman yearns for more affection from her Black man and hopes he realizes how much she loves him. And my sisters, showing a Black man respect in ways that are significant to him is the most effective method to love and care for him. Respect of this kind enables him to experience his wife's love for him and also sparks sentiments of love that he has for her. A woman must know that her man loves her profoundly, intimacy, utterly, and completely. She needs to have the experience of feeling a man's love encircle her heart just as his arms will wrap around her body. She must have the experience of being appreciated, adored, and wanted, my brother. She wants to be confident that she is the sole recipient of a man's admiration, and it will always be reserved for her. When Black women begin to treat Black men with respect, you may expect a positive response from those men in the form of more love and understanding. When a Black man is respected, he experiences a sense of masculinity. And when a man feels manly in his natural drive to protect and provide for his family is activated. This in turn motivates the man to walk to make his woman feel loved. When Black women do not receive love from the Black man, she responds without respect. That's the duality. When a Black man does not receive respect from a Black woman, he responds without love, which cause a relationship filled with bad energy. When you hear women online telling women that they don't have to respect men, and rightly so, you hear some men tell other men online that they don't have to love a woman, only just dominate her because they're men. They're not Both men and women are not only going against scripture, but feeding a destructive energy in Black love and Black male female relationships. There is a destructive loop when love and respect is not present. Absent love, she responds with toxic energy. Absent respect, he responds with toxic energy. So there's the loop, and it's continuous. So how do we break the loop? In what ways would a Black man feel respected by his woman? She is aware of the events that are going in place in his life. Being well known is among a few things that may instill respect. A woman can notice what is going on in her husband's life and respond accordingly if she listens to him, pays attention to what is happening, reads his body language, and is familiar with his daily routines. She can ask more of him when he is having a good day or in a strong season. She can assist him in times of stress or business by making fewer demands on him or by aiding him with duties he would typically complete. She is a great help to him in achieving the goals he has set for his life. How she behaves shows him he is not alone in this world. He is working with a partner who is competent, helpful, and eager to provide a hand in the endeavors that he is pursuing. Even though each have responsibilities, couples support and assist one another whenever possible. The ability of a woman to act in the several supportive capacities for a husband, such as advisor, sounding board, or voice of reason, helps him perform his job more efficiently. She respects the limits he has established for his life. Even when a pair is married, certain obligations are just other spouse's responsibility. Even if the woman could be aware of what is going on in her husband's life, she does not have the right or the expectation to get involved in all that happens in his life. Work, friendship, families, and other aspects of his life all require unique boundaries. The pair decides where the lines will be drawn, and once those boundaries have been established, they both should adhere to them. When a wife shows respect for a husband by not trying to take over his responsibilities, but rather encouraging him to accomplish his work, he feels more value to her. She does not only adore him, but she also supports and tests him. Yes, she needs to tell him what he needs to hear in response to her questions. She does not shy away from telling him the truth, but always does so while keeping his best interests in mind. Even if other people could have hidden agendas, she is always looking out for his best interests. She tends to have a stronger faith in him than he does himself. And she actually aware of the times when he requires encouragement. She understands how to speak to his soul. And I talked about that earlier, the importance of a woman being able to speak to a man's soul. Men can't do that because that's not in our nature. A woman can speak to a man's soul. Everything that is spoken is done out of love. Even if it's a word that is meant to be encouraging or confronting, love and respect are linked to one another. In a marriage, you can't have one without the other. It's totally impossible. Sisters, if you don't respect your man, you don't love him. He's just biding time till you find another man that you can respect. And if you have the least out of respect for him, you go find a man that you respect. And as I said before, let that man be a blessing to some other woman that's going to respect him if you're not going to respect him. She fosters a positive and fulfilling physical relationship. She fosters a positive and fulfilling physical relationship. In a marriage, a man cannot generally separate the concepts of respect and sex. Respect is conveyed via various channels, well, one of the most significant is through sexual interaction. If a wife is willing to attempt to recognize and comprehend the sexual requirements of her husband, he will experience a considerable amount of respect from her. She never uses withholding sex as a form of punishment. It's impossible that some men can feel valued by their wives without having sexual relationships with them. But that's not the case with all men. But if you do find a man unsatisfied with his sex life, I can almost guarantee you, sisters, that he has the impression that his wife does not appreciate or respect him to the same degree as she should. The intention in the root of all behavior, including respect, when we are married, we are responsible for treating one another with the utmost respect. Now to the men, because if a sister's watching, she said, well, what about men? Yeah, I'm going to get to the man. How should a man show love to his woman? First, he has to love her heart. We have learned that the husband needs to verbalize his love for his wife or his partner, his special woman in his life. Expressing one's love for their woman through verbal communication can profoundly and positively impact their relationship. When a man verbalizes the depth of his love, it reassures his wife that his commitment and affection. Simply yet, heartfelt words of love and appreciation can make her feel cherished, valued, and secure. See, that's different than what they teach these modern day young brothers here, that they don't have to verbalize their love. And some women don't even accept it because they think that buying material things is love. Anybody can buy you a Birkin bag. Anybody can buy you a Louis Vuitton bag. That don't mean they love you. Love is an action and it's not materialistic. He loves her mind. A considerate spouse does all in his power to persuade his wife. In his eyes, she is the most critical person in the entire world. This does not imply that this will not imply that he would abandon her. He will not abandon her in any way, shape, or form. Engaging in the thinking of your wife is another component of intellectual love. Deep and exciting conversations are about how many men win. Far too many guys need to help carry this routine into their married life. Conversations, asking her what she think, getting into her mind, letting her talk, letting her get things off her chest. Men, we always want to fix things. Sometimes we just need to shut up and let her talk and be a sounding board. Sometimes we don't have to say anything. And if we're able to do that, she's going to open up more and more and more and talk. We have to love her body. At its most fundamental level, physical love refers to a husband's desire to fulfill his wife's bodily needs. A guy who can provide his wife but regularly chooses not to do so demonstrate that he does not love his wife. she's going to question his commitment to her. Sisters, a man to love your body, you don't need a BBL or any type of surgery for him to remain attracted to you. You're the only one that black man desires. It is damaging, brothers, to second guess your wife compared to other women. It's damaging to discuss other women and how attractive they are in front of your wife. Those are damaging things. And those are some toxic men do. Every man should try to make his wife happy. Love that complements the body is essential to a relationship. Compliments are given often and sincerely. There is an exclusiveness that is required when you compliment how your wife looks and you show love to how she looks and how she carries herself. A man must also love his woman's soul. Beyond outward appearances, loving a woman's soul focuses on developing a deeper connection with her essence. The black man should try to comprehend the black woman emotionally and spiritually if he genuinely loves her soul. He ought to take time to pay close attention, understand what she's going through, and stand by her in happy and sad moments. He may create a loving environment where her soul feels seen, heard, appreciated by accepting and valuing her uniqueness, strengths, and vulnerabilities. This entails fostering her development and demonstrating genuine interest in her interests, dreams, and objectives. Kindness, compassion, and unconditional love are necessary for nurturing her soul since they promote a feeling of inner tranquility, acceptance, and belonging. Ultimately, a man can develop a deep, lasting connection with his wife that transcends the physical and ignites a shared journey of growth and fulfillment by embracing and cherishing his wife's spirit. He also must love her outside relationships. When marriage, when you have children, when it's necessary to give her time off, it would help if you start caring about the people she calls her friends outside of the house. Go to events with her. Go to the holiday parties. Share that with her. She feels that that is important also. Women love to show off their husbands. They might not tell you, but they love to show off their husbands. Back in the day, it used to be even more because being married was a prize. Being married used to be something that women look forward to. At least black women. White women do. Hispanic women do. Asian women definitely do because they got the highest marriage rate in the United States. But we don't do that no more. Now it's flipped. Back in the 60s, if you were single, they said, girl, what's wrong with you? We all married. 80% of 80%, the marriage rate in the black community was 80%. So, but now the marriage rate in the black community is 30%. So now if you're a woman in her femininity and you want to be married, society is telling you something's wrong with that. Men got to love their woman's humanity. It's vital to show compassion towards your wife, even when she makes mistakes. Even if her behavior upsets you, she must know that you love her for her, and the love for her is unwavering, even if she makes mistakes. Please take a moment to appreciate and be grateful for how she differs from you, black man. Despite her imperfections, a caring husband acknowledges his wife as a cherished gift from God. You also got to love her calling, brothers, by appreciating and encouraging the woman's life purpose and path. A man can show his love for her. The entails paying close attention to her desires, ambitions, and objectives, and motivating her to achieve them fully. We are as she is a cheerleader for us, we are also a cheerleader for her. A supportive man recognizes the importance of his partner's calling. He works to encourage and support her in following it, whether it be her career, a creative effort, or a personal goal. He offers continuous support, encouragement, and faith in her potential, creating a safe environment for her to explore and develop herself. A black man shows his love by assisting the black woman in discovering her real potential and embracing the essence of who she is by recognizing and enjoying her unique journey. Together, they can forge the successful relationship within both parties, supporting one another's goals and embracing the satisfaction of leading a life that aligns with one's calling. In the world of Black love and relationships, there is a great, lovely balance between Black men showing for Black women their love and Black women returning the favor by respecting the Black man. For Black women, the unconditional love, compassion, and support of males builds the foundation of trust and emotional safety. Black men feel respected and appreciated when women respect men's views, feelings, and objectives because it creates a positive environment. The partnership develops a strong bond, harmony, and balance through this duality of love and respect. Couples can produce a satisfying and enduring link through this duality dance where both partners feel seen, heard, and treasured, resulting in a relationship based on mutual progress, happiness, and Black love. It is evident that respect and love are the cornerstones of a successful, fulfilling relationship. Regardless of what race you are, what background you are, in a committed partnership or marriage, these two essential components, love for the woman and respect for the man, form the basis of a solid, lasting connection. As we reflect on the profound teachings within faith, such as the verses in Ephesians, we are reminded of the timeless wisdom that guides us in meeting each other's needs. Now, how many of us are willing to embrace an opportunity to understand it? How many of us are willing to use the scriptures, whatever your faith, how many of us are willing to use the scriptures as the foundation on how we treat each other? See, there's no argument. If you get into a disagreement, let's go to the scriptures. What does the scriptures say? Whether it's the Holy Quran, the Torah, the Bible, whatever you believe in. See, the problem is we don't use the scriptures as the foundation. We use opinions. And I'm not talking religion, I'm talking as guidance. See, y'all want to be mad at me, but don't go and see if you disagree with what I'm saying, then you disagreeing with what the scriptures say. Then that means then you can't call yourself a believer. If you're going to disagree with me, you done shot yourself in the foot. So I'm just giving you what the scriptures say. So we could use the scripture as a basis on how we have relationships. See, nobody wants to do that because there's no argument in that. What does the scripture say? What does the scripture say on our duties? What does the scripture say what we're supposed to do as men? What does the scripture say what women are supposed to do? Are we going to say in this modern day era that scriptures are not needed? Then what the hell are you going to church for? Huh? What you going to church for? So we're saying the scriptures are outdated? Huh? If the scriptures say, women, respect your husband. If the scriptures say, husband, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up. Is that outdated? For a man to give his life? Christ gave his life for the church. So a man should give his life for his woman. He should be prepared to do that. Is that outdated? If that's not outdated, then when Paul says, let the wife see that she respects her husband, shouldn't be outdated neither. And you got some women want to get rid of submit, but the man has to give his life. he has to give his life. He has a higher standard according to scripture. Man is the only one that has to give his life. They don't tell women to give their lives. Man has to give his life. So don't argue with me. Don't say Damon don't know what he's talking about. Then you mad at scripture. You're not mad at me. I'm just taking scripture to fit in the conversation that we're talking about in love and respect and in Black love. And maybe if we use scripture, we won't have to have these crazy conversations about relationship and pointing the fingers and then and making things up. Because we're sitting here, we're talking about scripture in Black male-female relationships. It's to the point now that nobody wants to hear statistics. Nobody wants to hear even scripture. We're just gonna run on opinion. I'm not giving an opinion. I'm giving you scripture. So show me scripture, fellas, where we should disrespect our women, where we should not value our women. Show me scripture on that, fellas. The ones that talk about domination and women should be dominated. Show me where in scripture does it say that. Sister, show me in scripture where you supposed to be a boss chick. Huh? Show me that in scripture. Show me in scripture where your education is more valuable than being a wife. Show me that in scripture. I'll wait. From the beginning of Genesis, they were created together, but woman was created to be a helpmeet for the man. Is that outdated? If it is, just tell me. And maybe this is one of the reasons why nobody's married. What God are you following? That's what I want to know. If you're not following scripture, then what God are you following? I didn't say what God, I said what guide. Because a lot of us is claiming to be Christians, claiming to be followers of Jesus Christ. And we're not following anything. We're making stuff up. So where is this coming from? If it's not coming out of the book, let's discuss from the book. Show me where a wife is more important than your education. Show me where being a wife is less than, no, show me where your education, I'm sorry, show me where your education is more important than being a wife in the scriptures. Show me where being a boss chick is more important than being a wife in the scriptures. Show me where Sunday brunch is better than Sunday church, Sunday service. And I'll bow down. See, but in order for us to save the Black community and save the Black family and save our Black children, we have to get back to the union of marriage. And what they're doing is systematically destroying us through our culture. And nobody's pushing back. They want to get mad at Tyler Perry because Tyler Perry said, hey, man, it's okay if the women make more money because it's not about the money. Love and respect is not about the money. Show me in the scriptures where it says it's about the money. And the fact of the matter is, the Proverbs 31 woman was a businesswoman. She was respected in her community. And she still was a wife. And she still was a wife. So I don't want to hear. I want to hear what she's talking about. When I don't want to hear when they're talking about, oh, I can't find a man. I can't. The Proverbs 31 could. So I mean, we have to get back to respect and love. And that's it. And then you got a bunch of brothers that don't respect women, but the rate of children born out of wedlock is 70%. What dudes are y'all messing with? Y'all messing with the ones that you shouldn't be messing with. Because a real man that's gonna love you, he's gonna have intentions of marrying you before even you don't have kids. He's gonna have that intention. He's gonna put the ring on it, as Beyonce said. She tried to give you that message. Dude, he got to put the ring on it. But y'all in the club, and not even and just partying and that don't care, and then go home with some guy you meet at the Sunday brunch and get pregnant and don't even listen to the song you was dancing to. So I mean, we got to get back. We have to get back. So in the journey of love and faith, we have to strive to embody the principles of love, respect, not only as an expression of devotion, but a source of strength that enriches our lives and build bridges of understanding. And as we embrace these values, brothers and sisters, we pave a way for a healthy, more harmonious, and deeply fulfilling relationships, contributing to the tapestry of Black love. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. The goal of this series is about fighting for Black marriage. Straight music. Brothers, we got to learn how to love our women. And women, we got to learn how to respect our men. And not just an opinion, but based off scripture. As I said earlier, don't argue with me, argue with scripture. Yo, what if the Black community actually followed scripture for a year? What if we did? What if we all actually, I'm not perfect, but what if we all actually followed scripture for a year? And, instead of going on church on Sunday and forget about it by Sunday night, in the bar Sunday night, right? What if we actually follow scripture for a year? The Black community. Like we got a church on every corner. We got a church on every corner. Why can't we follow scripture for a year? Maybe we'll be able to overturn these marriage rates if we follow scripture just for 1 year. Maybe our communities will change. Maybe we will have more Black businesses. And I'm just not talking about just scripture for relationships. I'm talking about the guidance, the same guidance that caused Nat Turner to stand up and fight. Right? So what if we was able to do that? What would happen to the Black community, man? We will really start. What if we was able to do it for 10 years? We'll probably have heaven on earth, as what the scripture says. If we did it for 10, what if we follow scripture for 10 years? A decade. Black communities all over the nation. We actually just follow scripture. It'll be something else. We won't have outside people telling us what to do. We just go by what scripture says and base our actions off scripture and the guidance of scripture, not religion, the guidance of scripture. So I want to thank everybody. If you like the video, like the conversation, thank you for watching. I'm trying to get this set up going, trying to trying to do some great things. I'm gonna do some cologne reviews um, for young black men that they could smell good and don't have to break their pockets. Up and coming businessmen, because I know you got the Creeds and all them, which cost $350, $400. But there's some good colognes out there that's on the cheap, and you can smell good and not break your pocket. And that's part of understanding finances and understanding yourself and positioning yourself for success, black man, to get up there. And then you could buy the Creeds and all that. But this week, we got, today's Monday. So tomorrow we're gonna have Divine Black Masculine on Tuesday. We're going and on Wednesday is gonna be Wellness Wednesday, where we're gonna talk about um vitamins and minerals that women should take on Wellness Wednesdays. We're gonna talk about those things. Um the way we eat, the food we eat, our bodies are very probably deficient in a lot of vitamins and minerals. So there's things that we can do. And then the week after, I'm going to talk about what men should be taking on a daily basis. Because a lot of us feel tired, our immune system is low. COVID took out black people. Not just that we well, part of it was our health problems, but also we don't eat the right food to build our immune system. And we don't understand how things are connected. You could have vitamin, you could get all the sun, you could get all the sun you want. But if you're deficient in magnesium, then it's not able to help the vitamin D. So we're going to talk about all that. And then you need to have vitamin K. And you need to know what foods to eat to get those vitamins. Processed food don't give you those vitamins. Fruits and vegetables. And we're gonna have that. We're gonna have those type of conversations on Wellness Wednesdays. Also, if you wanna buy my book, The Benefits of Detoxing, Cleansing, and Eating Clean, it's on Amazon. You can get that. The Strategies of Self, these books is right behind me. That's on Amazon. The 53 Building Blocks to be a Divine Black Masculine, that's on Amazon. And we'll be discussing chapters. And also, on Saturday at 11 o'clock, we're going to do Spiritual Saturdays. We're going to delve in topics about spirituality and how do we build ourselves up. And supported by scripture. See, because I don't want you arguing with me. I want you to argue with scripture. Like we could have conversations on being different on what the scripture means, right? As far as the essence of it. Well, but to say that I'm wrong when the scripture says something and I'm just giving my understanding, but we're still going by scripture. See, I don't want you to argue with me. I want you to argue with scripture. I want you to argue with the guidelines that are set for us to live. Because as I said before, I haven't seen anything in the Bible about being a boss chick. The Bible talks about the woman being a wife, not a boss chick. Haven't seen anything in the Bible about men being players and gangsters and all that other bullshit. The Bible talks about man being upright in the eyes of God. Doesn't talk about none of that stuff. So when we have conversations, let's have conversations on that. And then you could show me where in the Bible it talks about being a gangster, being a thug, being a bully coon, being a Negro, or being a boss chick, being whatever, having all these educations and not being a wife. Show me where in the Bible where it talks about all that. And we can have the conversation. And then we wonder why 70% of our children are born out of wedlock. Because we talking things that ain't even spiritual. We talking things that don't even have basis in nothing, but has been created by a broken black culture through media. And it's done to us on purpose. You don't hear the Chinese woman talking about she a boss chick. You don't even hear the white women talk about she a boss chick. Because she know she wouldn't be in this position in society if it wasn't for the white man. But y'all mad at us. Y'all mad at the black man. It's the black man's fault. Come on, man. Like we got to get it together. We definitely got to get it together. We're going to save the black community. And we're going to save our black children. To keep them out of jail. And keep them from growing up needing a psychiatrist. Because we as grown-ups don't know what the hell we doing. And we're just messing our kids up. Then they grow up and they need counseling. To get rid of the toxicity and the foolishness that we have taught them when they were under our watch. So I'm going to end the show, man, but tomorrow I'll be back on 8 o'clock talking about divine black masculinity. And if you want to, you can get the book, The 53 Building Blocks to Be a Divine Black Masculine. It's on, so you could get it on Amazon. But we're going to have discussions about black male masculinity. And on Wednesdays is Wellness Wednesdays, and we're going to talk about vitamins, minerals women should be taking to live a healthy life. And then Spiritual Saturdays is at 11 a.m. And trying to see what was the topic for Spiritual Saturdays. I'll tell you right now. Oh, failure is the path to success. We can't be afraid of failure. Failure is the path to success. Sisters, if you meet a man that says he hasn't failed in anything, then he ain't accomplished a goddamn thing. He's just pulling your leg. Because anybody successful have failures. Steve Jobs almost lost Apple. The dude that almost lost this one. How many times Elon Musk, they say he almost lost all his millions. They're you learn from your failures. And we're going to talk about that. And even the scriptures support that failures build character. And tomorrow we're going to talk about sharpen your steel, black man. Sharpen your steel on the hate of others. There's a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate out here. And when you're trying to live in your purpose, you're gonna see a lot of hate. And you don't let the hate and you don't let the opinions of people affect your purpose. You stay on your mission. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. And Wednesday is, are women taking enough vitamins and minerals for optimum health? We're going to talk about that. And that's Wednesday. Wednesday at 8 o'clock. No, Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Saturday at 11 o'clock. We're going to have these great discussions. And all my books are on Amazon. So thank you again. Peace and blessings. God is in your vegetables. And check y'all out. Peace out.